It's time to go beyond Plus Ultra for more Boku no Hero Academia reviews.
Is it plus? Oh, what's the opposite of ultra?
Mega?
I feel like that's just a lower form of ultra. What is the opposite of ultra?
Um, wait, ULTRA. Artlu?
Artlu? Uh, minus Artlu? Is that what we're gonna go with? Since half of this is also villains, or at least a quarter of it anyway.
Maybe?
Neutral, normal.
Neutral normal it is.
Oh boy. We get a depressing scene to start off this one with, but
Yeah?
one we kind of expected would have been coming sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
Of sad Himiko checking out her childhood home and seeing it just graffitied the fuck up. And my question becomes, considering how specifically targeted it is, I'm curious how long it's been like this, because I don't think it happened during the riots. She was already gone by that point. This seems like it was something that was done either right as she left or right after she left. Or she left because this was happening.
Yeah. With a getaway vampire girl.
Yeah. It definitely feels like this was right around the time Toga left her home. Whether or not that quote unquote saved her family, who knows? Because she mentions that they all left as well. Like they ran away from this, essentially, is what she assumed. And I'm going to assume, again, this is all well before the city went to shit, or Japan itself went to shit.
Yeah, and what was it like? She used to dream of a little bird pecking a hole in her chest and
Mm-hmm.
like bathing in her blood.
Or she called it a bird in red, and then she said it would like dance in her stomach
Mm.
inside of her. And it almost makes me wonder if that's just like the craving that she has for like having blood in this case.
Or is it like some symbolic thing of her innocence that's still left?
I don't know where we'd get innocence from that though.
Like a
Like
small
I'm
bird.
thinking it's symbolic of the hunger.
Okay.
Do you want to explain your innocence reason? I kind of cut you off there.
Just that is like a small white bird, and like small white birds are known for like peace and innocence, uh,
It wasn't white though. It was bloody and red.
what wasn't it white before it started digging the hole in her?
No, it
Then I,
was red and kind of like blood splotchy shaped the whole time.
then I must be mistaken.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing white. It looks like a bird or like a little sparrow made of blood the entire time.
Okay, then I must be misremembering. I apologize.
I think you might be thinking of a different part because there is a point she talks about, I think it reminding her of like another bird, and I think it might flash to that really quick, and
Oh,
that's a
okay.
normal looking bird.
Oh,
Not
okay.
white, but like brown and white, I think.
Mm,
But then we get like the bloody sparrow looking thing.
mm. So I may be like mixing the two birds up in my mind.
You might be, yeah.
Okay.
She
And
also mentions like she gets dyed red too, which
mhm.
again kind of feels like the blood hunger, especially since she's gnawing on her own wrist in her sleep.
Which was slightly disturbing.
I mean, this is something we talked about, or at least the show has talked about quirks being too strong for the users when they're first coming out. This might be an example of that, or
Yeah.
just another one. So far, we have three people that kind of have the same exact problem. Whether that's Toga here, or Shiggy, each one had a quirk that was too strong for themselves. Not too strong to completely destroy them, but too strong to control properly
hmm
when it started showing up.
And speaking about Tora, he helps Toga out by burning down her house.
I mean, now if this is just me, right? Pretty sure this is symbology for him of being like, can't go back no more. This shit's gone.
I thought it was a symbol of a ghost room.
I don't know. Can Toya now summon ghost items? Can he eat ghost chocolate and drink ghost juice? Is that a new quirk that we have? Did somebody get stabbed with a persona knife?
So then we cut to All For One's cave, and Spinner's there, and he sees a massive load of what the fuck is going on.
Oh, hold up. We skipped a little important bit,
Oh, yes.
which is that the plan is currently Toga has a vial of Twice's blood,
Oh,
something we
yes.
talked about, something I brought up, and I'm still curious whether or not when she makes Twice clones, if she can still use her original quirk to then copy more. It was also mentioned that it was Dobby that had it. I
Mm.
thought it was Toga that had managed to grab it when she was there, but it was definitely Dobby first.
And Dobby did mention, like, you can restart the Sadman's Parade.
Well, yeah, because the whole Sadman Parade was getting multiple Twices. However,
Mm.
if Toga's using it and she can use her blood quirk at the same time, since we saw what a half Uravity, half half
Toga.
Toga was able to use the gravity ability, right?
So you thinking she will do Sadman's Parade, then transform all the Twices back into Togas, and then
I'm thinking it's half and half again, so that way she can do both.
so what will she do with all the other Togas then?
Take other blood and recreate more quirks.
So it will
If
be
she
like
takes some of Dobby's blood, she could then have that on top of being a clone.
so it will be 1/3 Twice, 1/3 Toga, 1/3 Dobby.
I don't think once Toga takes the blood, I think that one would replace that part.
Oh, okay.
It would be half Dobby or a half Twice, half Himiko or half Toga, and then Toga drinks whatever other blood she has, and now all of a sudden we have half Dobby, half Twice, for example.
Oh. Wait, half
Right.
Dobby, half Twice?
Yes, because
Oh.
the Himiko blood copy is copying the Dobby blood that she then drank.
Oh.
Right?
So,
Like the clone, I mean, drank.
okay, so it would overload her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the thing, right? I feel like if that works the way I think it does,
Which I'm not sure it does.
I don't know how. I don't know if it will or not. They've not confirmed or denied whether or not that's the way it works. If it does, however, work that way, it means that the Sadman's Parade can be duplicated. Granted, Toga's only got a limited amount of time that works for.
Right.
So it works, and it might be better because she can then duplicate other people's quirks on top of that with the blood.
I'm not sure.
That's the thing, right? It all hinges on whether or not she can do both. Because we've seen that she can be half and half and still use the quirk of someone else. Whether or not she can still use her blood quirk at that point, I don't know. Or like if because it's Twice's quirk, she can then do it that way, like through the clones. I don't know 100%. It would be a more powerful version of Sadman's Parade, but it would be limited in its time frame of use. Because they only have, I'm assuming, that one vial of Twice's blood.
So yeah, Spinner and the what the fuck is going on?
It really seems like Spinner is doubtful, and at the very end of this whole situation of being like, you need to call on them and shit, he's like, fuck it, I'm not even gonna think about this shit anymore. I'm just gonna do it. We also get weird finger shit going on.
That's
Like,
what I meant. What is that?
I don't know.
Is Shigaraki like evolving into like some mass of fingers?
I don't know. I'm very confused by whatever the fuck that is. Like at first I'm like, is that some kind of cocoon? And then we see like that it's fingers, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? I mean, All for One seems nonplussed by this at all. He's just like, it's going fine. I have no idea what the shit that's supposed to be. Like, is it some other quirk? Like, the minute Spinner sees it, it like retracts itself
Yeah.
back into Shigaraki, I think. But I don't know what the fuck it is. Also, as Spinner's about to make the call, All for One's calling him like, everyone can be a hero to someone. And I'm almost like, oh, Shigaraki's coming out, and he's hearing the word hero while he's in like this batshit crazy, like brain fog, I guess you could call it.
Mhm.
Almost delusional kind of like mentality right now. Is he just gonna kill Spinner right here? Because he heard the word hero? Because he heard he was called a hero?
Spinner, you're a hero now. I will dissolve you.
So yeah, apparently heteromorphs, which are the ones that like have physical alterations to their body, like Spinner, are people that have like are looking up to him now, I guess. I don't know. Like looking up to him as like the new Stain, I guess.
He's even adopted his stained mask.
I mean, he has been. But like the idea of like what was it I was gonna say here? They say something like the heteromorphs all seem to have a grudge about some shit, and I don't know if it's because of the physical changes that they're being looked down on for another reason. I don't know. I'm not really 100% sure what they're trying to say about that. I kind of didn't quite get it 100%. Anyway, I guess we have some plants from All for One inside the UA building, which kind of expected. They're going to be like, oh man, we're going to stir things up, and we're going to get Izuku to leave, and then All for One can do all he needs to do then, and we'll all be safe. It'll be great.
Except it doesn't fully work out like that.
Yeah, because later that night, All Might shows up and he's like, we're going to tell you the plan. It's only going out to a select few. And then the next morning, hey, everyone's leaving. We're all leaving to go and help with the city and shit.
But
If things
just
gonna go bad, get ready to use the escape thing real quick. At any moment.
but
You got
just
4
that
days.
scene where All Might just burst in like that was so insane.
He looks like he's on crack. He looks like he's just had a line and he is just all hyper right now.
Building up to his entrance, everybody was super serious.
I mean, All Might's just had like a dozen energy drinks on the way here, so that way he doesn't just pass out from exhaustion.
I am here and I'm hyped.
I'm here like I am every day. All right, dude. Like even cool as ice Jiro is just like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you right now? Like you're really energetic. That's the cocaine talking. Like Jesus Christ.
I think there might even be an energy drink called cocaine.
Oh, there is. I've seen it.
Oh, okay,
I don't know if
okay.
it still exists, but it did at one point.
Mm.
I saw it a lot at conventions when I was going, along with like unicorn piss and a bunch of other stupid ones. So yeah, announcement. People that are like, we were gonna have a plan, but look, they're doing it for us. We don't gotta even think about it. This is great.
So wait, now that all the main heroes from UA are gone, what is there to stir up?
The whole point of starting it up was to get Midoriya to get kicked out. That was the whole point.
So now that he's leaving voluntarily,
They don't have to do shit.
so their plan failed?
Their plan to stir things up is completed without them actually having to do anything.
Oh, okay.
The goal of stirring things up was already achieved before they even started.
So what's the next step in that?
I mean, the next step would have normally been, oh, Izuku's out of UA. Let's go ahead and, sneak in and take the quirk. He's exposed. Let's get it.
Oh, okay. I thought like there was further plans
Nah.
within UA.
Nah.
Okay.
Maybe if the whole stir things up didn't work, maybe. Other than that, no. The only thing I had a weird question about, right, was so we're flashing through with like parents and shit saying goodbye to other like the students as they're gonna go and leave, right? Like Izuku and his mom, Bakugo and his.
Wait, hold on. Bakugo's mom was kind of like, get the hell out of here.
She was slapping the shit out of his shoulder. I had a question about one because I was very confused.
Yes?
So remember last season when Deku saves that like weird blue horse rabbit girl thing?
Yes.
So we get a scene of her talking to like Octosense dude.
Mm-hmm.
Why are those two saying goodbye? They have never met as far as we know.
Yeah.
I'm like, this seems everyone else makes sense. This seems just so out of nowhere. What do these two have in common? Maybe they met off screen? But it seems weird that they'd be this close already. To be like, oh my god, we're saying goodbye to each other. Also, what about Tailboy? There's so many others they could have gone to. Why these two are the pair that we see in this like clip show?
I don't know.
It's such a weird combo.
Hmm.
Weird choice. Don't know why, but weird choice. Oh yeah, there was the principal saying goodbye, I guess, to the nurse. I forget what her name is, but the one that would like increase people's healing factors.
Recovery
Like,
girl.
that's it. Yeah, saying goodbye to Recovery Girl. Oh, and I think Eri with Present Mike. Although I think they might be. I don't know if Present Mike is staying behind with the school or not. Because I know at least some of them are staying behind.
Well, UA is kind of a walled-in city, so I would say the principal of the school might be the best person to lead them.
I mean, obviously Recovery Girl is staying. I'm assuming Present Mike was staying based on like just the position of them in the scene. Since he's like standing right there with Eri.
Okay.
And we know Eri's not moving. So at least some are staying behind. At least, as of right now.
Right.
Before the end of the episode. We don't know for sure how many people are going to show up by the end.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we go to this makeshift Fortress Troy, which I'm assuming is going to come... what is it, like 30 kilometers away, I think it says?
To the north.
I'm assuming it's going to come into play at some point. Because otherwise, why introduce it at all? Rather than just like have a little base camp somewhere, rather than something that was built up.
Right.
They also say they paid respect to the Heights Alliance design, which I have no idea what the fuck that is.
I missed that section.
It's your girl Toru saying it. What is the Heights Alliance? Hold on, I need to look this up now. Huh. I don't know if they've ever said it in the show before, but apparently, according to the wiki, it's a group of several dormitories inside UA High School campus where its students are currently based. So I'm guessing they just copied the design of the dorms, I guess.
Huh.
I mean, like, I did notice that it looked fairly similar from the structural standpoint. The outside is different, but, like, the base setup is the same. It's like a little H. So I guess that's what they mean, huh? So yeah, they're setting up camp in here. We get a touching scene between Uraraka and I was gonna call him Ichigo. Izuku. Talking about how we're both fucking weird because we're thinking about the villains being people to save.
But isn't that like some heroic thing to do? Like, even though there's a villain, there's still a person that needs to be saved?
I mean, yes, it is. However, like at the same time, right? They're coming to that realization now, or at least Ochiko is. Izuku's kind of had this mentality from the beginning, one way or the other. Whether or not he's kind of rubbing off on her, or if she's coming to this fully in her own, it's hard to say.
Yeah. And then
She does talk about like when she last saw Toga and stuff, and like how it's been bothering her. But again, it could be a little bit of Izuku. It could be she herself as a person, even without his influence, thinking this way. I'm not 100% on
then
which it is.
We see Shoto saying that, hey, Toya is a person and I want to eat noodles with him. And Bakugo says like he probably likes the really spicy ones.
I mean, what he says is, I don't even know what Toya likes. Bakugo's the one that says like he definitely likes udon, the really hot kind,
So maybe I'll eat udon with him one day.
which implies that we've just had the same realization here. Which in this case, it's definitely Izuku rubbing off on him,
Hmm.
considering Izuku literally saved Todoroki to begin with.
And it seems that original Alpha 1 had some kind of lie detector quirk.
Yes, it's almost like danger sense to a certain degree, but more fine tuned toward lies and ill will.
Yeah.
But he talks to Yuga's parents on the phone and tells them, I wanna get some delicious alcohol, aka Midoriya. Coded talk, get him out. I want him out. He's mine.
We can only bring you a 16-year-old liquor. Is that fine? Our
Mm-hmm.
son will give it to you.
Age for 16 years? Yeah, sure. Give me your son's contact info. Beautiful. And at first, I didn't realize what was happening with this, but it hit me before the, like, right as the reveal happened of, or I should say, right when the trap was sprung. I'm like, how did he? Oh, I know what happened. Do you know what happened?
No, I don't know how Yuga got past the lie detector, except if it was. No, he was a part of the plan, but
Mm-hmm.
okay, how did he not trigger?
How all three of them did not trigger was because they were brainwashed. They
Oh,
were brainwashed into believing what they were doing was the right thing.
oh,
Was what?
brainwash boy.
Yep. That had to be it. That's the only thing that made sense.
Oh,
Now, until I saw the preview, I didn't figure out how they did the other one at the very end. I figured that one out with the preview because I never would have thought of it.
that makes so much sense. Oh my god, why didn't I see that at the time? Ah,
Like I said, it hit me when the trap sprung and we saw like the flashback to Yuga doing it. I'm like, there's no fucking way he wouldn't trigger it. He had to have not been in his right mind. Brainwashing. Um, yeah, especially considering all the fucking fear he was going to the last time we saw him. Like, there's no way it wouldn't have sprung alarm bells for All for One. But yeah, so we cut to Yuga, who has now called out Deku. And I would say, like, right now, like after the call goes through, the brainwashing was probably released. So now it's all down to their acting for
mm.
this.
So will you say most of his story was true about Alpha One's true intentions?
As true as he knows it to be. Because even All for One comes down and says, you didn't have it quite right. It's about as true as he is aware that it was to be.
Which is basically isolate Japan from the rest of the world so that the world is like, Japan is screwed, we need to protect our own asses.
There's only one person who can give us the things we need, and it's this guy.
Yeah.
So, like, here's the thing, right? Once the isolationism happens, I think All for One's goal is to do the exact same thing in all the other countries. Once they've all become this isolationist kind of setup, he's going to cause the downfall of each one as it goes, too.
Mm,
And then offer them the salvation to get back what they had so that he's in charge.
okay.
I think that's the overall goal.
Wasn't it something like the yen is tanking at a rate that wasn't seen since the Great Depression?
Yeah, something akin to the Great Depression because all Japanese businesses are failing.
Or is that his plan to do
No,
that?
I think that is currently happening.
Oh, okay.
I think that is the current situation for Japan, at least.
Not good.
No. Although if it's tanking, we should all go over there for a vacation. It sounds like it'd be great. It's super cheap.
And we'll spend so much money over there, we'll boost the Japanese economy for them.
Yeah, right? What's that? The entire store is only 2,000 yen? I'll buy it. Sorry, I shouldn't say 2,000 yen. It's 200 million yen, but that only equates to $20 US. I'll buy it. There we go. That's more accurate.
You'll have models for years.
I will buy all of your model kits. What's that? Kotobukiya store's on sale. I'll buy it. Merch and all inside. What's that? It'll cost me $40? Yes, please. I'll just live here now.
Jungle is my home.
So yeah, All for One shows up. He's got his scary bald skull mask thing going on again.
We haven't
But,
seen that in ages.
Not since when All Might and him fought, I think. It's different now. There's a little bit of difference going on with there. Like, I think there was some piping on it before when he fought All Might. That's not there this time. Anyway, Yuga reveals that he is a traitor and tries to belly button blast him. Doesn't work too well. Fry some clothing.
Except it did catch him off guard a bit.
He did catch him off guard because he doesn't understand how the fuck he was fooled. But, Aoyama not only cried his eyes out, he pissed himself. Shocker. Shocking no one considering what's happening.
I was not surprised either. I'm just like,
No, this seems
typical.
about right, considering what he's going up against. And then All for One starts doing the whole shtick of like, I'm going to summon them out of this like weird jelly portals, all of the villains, so that we can take down Izuku.
I think he had that power before.
He did. He brought in Nomus with that before.
And
it's not a new one.
And I think he kidnapped Bakugo with.
I think that was Kurogiri. I think that was his portal. I don't think that was or wait, did Bakugo get transported from the hideout with Shigaraki over to where All for One was? I can't remember which one happened first. Yeah, I don't remember if it was Kurogiri that created a portal there or if it was the weird jelly portal, but I think that's when Bakugo gets brought over.
Actually, I got that through the warping page on the My Hero fandom. And
it was that one?
Yes.
Not Kurogiri?
No.
That's weird. I would have thought it was Kurogiri.
Because Bakugo is like coughing up black slime and...
Oh, no, that's when he gets transported, right?
Right.
From the hideout to All for One.
Right.
Okay, I was thinking when, like, he was initially kidnapped. Like, from the camp. That's what I thought you meant.
Okay, either that or this picture made me misremember where exactly it happened.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, he starts bringing in a bunch of villains and Nomu. And then you know what we got? We got Kurogiri coming in and spawning in everyone else with those portals.
All the heroes.
And we did get a hint as to what was actually going on, but I didn't realize it until we got the preview. I know how they got Kurogiri to work. So yeah, end of the episode. Final battle's about to start. Maybe.
The guy who can copy powers for like 5 minutes?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay.
That's how they did it.
I forget.
You see his face slightly in there, and I'm like, I didn't recognize it at first because we haven't seen him in a while. But my other thought was like, I don't think that's what the kid looked like.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah, the one that used to be friends with Eraserhead and Present Mike. I forget what his name is, but that was not the kid that had died. I think he had like light blue hair from what I recall.
No. Not Kurogiri's original form. He looked kind of like... Oh, I forget what his outfit was, but he had the ability...
He's like a magician almost.
He had the ability...
With a lot of time clocks, if that's the guy you're thinking of.
Yes, that guy.
Stopwatches, yep.
Yeah, so... that's
Starts
the guy...
with an M, I think, but I can't remember for sure.
Yeah, so he stole Kurogiri's power for like 5 minutes and...
Yep, borrowed it.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question is, how many others did he borrow to do this? Like, not this, but like, how many others did he borrow to like facilitate this plan? Like, is there more steps than just the teleporting in?
We'll maybe find out on the next episode?
Maybe.
Which will be...
But yeah, fight is happening. And it looks like in the preview, they're revealing kind of what happened as to how they got to this point. For the most part. And maybe a little bit more of the fight.
Yes, and I was... what is the next episode called?
The next episode is called Division,
Okay,
which
so
means it's probably when they split everyone up, like they were talking about.
mhm.
Like maybe they're gonna try and pull those other dudes into other portals to try and teleport them elsewhere.
Yeah, and have like a bunch of fights between
Mm-hmm.
them.
Separate them. Also, I just realized there's a scene in the preview with Best Jeanist and fucking Bakugo together again.
Do you think Deku will be fighting all for one?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who he's going to fight. I like thematically it should be Shigaraki, but I don't know what the plan is in this case. Cuz I don't know who else can go up against All for One, like original body at this point.
Hmm.
Like they kind of have to put Deku up against Shigaraki. There's no other option. Like can he have backup? Sure. But I don't think he's got anyone else that's going to come close to being able to match him at this point.
Or do you think it will be all of 1A against
It
all for
could be.
one?
Because when we see the portal coming in, it's all the pro heroes. It's not any of the classmates or anything.
Uh.
So the assumption could be that he's going to bring them through portals to meet up at whatever points where they have groups set up for the fight. Like the only two from 1A is Izuku and Yuga right now. The only other ones that they have are what? They have Sun Eater and Spiral Girl. Those are the only other two that were actually students, and they're like the upperclassmen. The rest
Oh.
are all pros. So right now, the assumption would be they get split up to deal with it. Like Endeavor's probably going to drag Dobby through a portal so they can fight with Shoto
Mhm.
and whoever else is backing them up.
But I'm really interested in where we'll cut off for the season.
I'm super curious. Actually, like getting back to this main fight, I'm super curious how Mirko's gonna fight because she has like jacked up fucking mecha arms and legs right now from when she
Yeah.
lost her other limbs.
But she just gotta kick it, yo.
She's got a mechanical leg. I feel like that's gonna hurt. That might hurt more than the original.
The battle is going to potentially kick into high gear on the
We're
next
only on episode
episode.
5 too, so I am curious like you where this is gonna end.
Yeah, because I
Like
think
this plan can't go perfectly if we're only at episode 5. Something's gonna go wrong.
right. And if my math was right, we're going to end somewhere around 380, 390, and I think they're on somewhere in the 430s, I want to say. So, and I'm not too sure if the final battle is still going on or if it's like how close to an end they are at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So it must end partially through the battle, whether that's Shigaraki being defeated, all for one absorbing Shigaraki, and then it's like, I'm going to escape now and come after me if you dare.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, season 8 will be like the final arc of the final battle.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
how they're gonna like divvy this up cleanly, if at all. Like if they're even gonna try to do it cleanly, is what I should say. It might just be a sloppy, just complete cliffhanger end.
Yeah. Either that or maybe like it's a scene of like rallying the troops to go in for like the big final battle and then it ends there.
Maybe. Like I said, I don't know how this ends season wise. We'll see. We'll see as we get closer if we can't pinpoint it better.
But come back with us next time, won't you? Like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, you know? We'd
Will it be
appreciate
neutral
it.
normal again next week? Who knows?
Or will we be doing some more minus, fuck, what did I say?
Artla?
Yeah,
Artlet.
minus Arsla. Catch everybody later.